like books that you should read if you want to start reading, like going off purposely you pick books like if I had to go begin this video, the first book I want to, and I know it because Tom Felton is doing, like, is acting as Draco Malfoy, actually. I was not reading, like, LGBT character, as soon as oh my god, how impactful Hi guys, and welcome to a new video here in my channel. If you're new, hi and welcome. I'm so happy to see you here today. For today's video, I want to do a recommendation video because I've not actually recommended books, like made a book recommendation video in probably so long. I don't even remember. I know I did a book recommendation video of books you should read if you want to get back into reading, but I think that is the only actual video I've made of me recommending books. So today I have a new one. I want to start making book recommendation videos this year, so here is the first one of hopefully many. And in today's video, as you can probably tell because you intentionally clicked on this video, so you know what's coming and you know what I'm about to say, but still, let me tell you, in today's video, I am going to be telling you the books that changed my life in some way. All of the books that I'm going to be recommending today are books that have been so important in my life. They have changed my perspective, my views of things. Like, these books are my hardcore books. Like, these are the books that if I got into a coma or if I got amnesia and I forgot everything about my life and about myself, I would ask people to bring me these books. So these are the first books I ever read again. So hopefully you find a book that you are interested to read in this video. If you end up getting one of these books and reading it and loving it, or even if you don't love it and you just want to read it, please let me know on my social media. I will leave screenshots of my Instagrams and my TikTok on screen, but all of my social medias are always down below, so go check those out. And please let me know if you read any of these books, or if you have read any of these books. I also would love to know. So let's begin with this video because I have a few books to get through and I'm super excited. So let's get on with it. To begin this video, the first book I'm here to recommend, and the first book that changed my life and that I remember vividly how much it changed my life, is this book right here. This is All You Need Is English by Super Britannico. This book changed my life in many ways for many reasons, and I will explain them in a minute, but just in case you don't know what this book is, this book explains to you the English grammar through songs. So there is actually right out here at the end, if I'm not wrong, yes, there is a music index. So it's basically in here all the songs that the book uses to teach you grammar, and then there's also a grammar index, which is basically everything that you learn through the songs. And you get here like everything. So there's like the used to and would, the passive voice, the modals, articles, like the tenses. What else is in here? Comparative, superlatives, quantifiers. Like, you learn everything about the English grammar through this book, and it uses songs, and they're not like old songs. That some of them are pretty like new. Like, you know, some of them were made in the early 2010s. So like there's One Direction in here, Adele is in here, like, and then there's all this like Led Zeppelin, or who else is in here? I don't remember, guys. Who else is in here? The Police, Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Madonna I think is in here as well, Coldplay. Like, they're pretty, you know, it uses kind of like a mix of old and new, and it's so like great if you want to start reading in English as well. This was the first ever book I read in English because everything is in English. All the explanations, like you can see here, all the explanations, all the tables, everything in here is in English. So this was the first ever book I read in English, and I got it when I was like, I think it was 13. I finished that year, like school year, and I wanted to read something for the summer, and I got this book because I wanted to, I don't know why I got it. I think it was because I heard it somewhere, and I was like, oh, I want to try and read it because it was in English. And the thing is, this book changed my life because it showed me how useful English can be. Until I read this book, I knew English was important, but I didn't know why, because English is taught wrong in schools. Sorry, I know I said it. I don't know if I said it. I'm one of those persons who says, oh, English is taught wrong. And it is true. English is taught wrong in schools. So that is why I didn't like, it's not that I didn't like English, it's just I didn't see why it was useful until I read this book and I saw how important it is. Because I went, oh, wow, if I learned English, I would be able to understand, the lyrics of the songs that I like. And I say songs that I like because thanks to this book as well, I also found out, which I didn't find out about Ed Sheeran in this book, but I became obsessed with Ed Sheeran in this book because there's this song called The A-Team, and in this book it uses the song to teach you the two and enough adjectives. And after reading this, I went to YouTube, I looked him up, looked the song up, and I became obsessed with him to the point now he's one of my favorite authors. He's one of my favorite singers. I've gone to one of his concerts. I have a video of that, so I will leave it linked. Like, because of this book, I'm obsessed with the English culture, the English language. Because of this book, in a way, I'm starting my English degree. Like, because of this book, my entire life started. So, like, this is, this trend of, like, where my lore started? Yeah, this is my lore. Because of this book, I am who I am today. And I think it's super useful if you want to, start reading in English, or if you just want to learn English grammar in a useful way, read this book. I think I've never recommended this book before on my channel, so here it is, the debut recommendation of this book in my channel. But no, yeah, it is so useful. If you're not an English, like, native speaker, I would really recommend you get this book. It's so good. And literally because of this book, I'm who I am today. So, thank you, this book, for everything you've done for me. The next one I'm here to talk about is Harry Potter. This is just the first book. I'm not gonna bring all 7, but I want to talk about Harry Potter. And let me start by stating we don't like J.K. Rowling. We hate her, actually. We do not support anything she says or does. But we have to, understand that she did create one of the most important children and, like, pop culture books ever. Like, this book is a classic now. It can be considered a classic of how big of an impact it did on culture and on, current living. So yes, she is shit and we don't like her and we don't support her, but Harry Potter, just like me, there's so many people out there who grew up with Harry Potter. Like, this book and this entire series was my introduction to fantasy. And now I am obsessed with fantasy. Like, now I'm more into low-high epic fantasy, which is one of my favorite genres ever. But this book was the beginning of everything. Like, this book was where I saw how incredible fantasy could be. I read this right at the beginning of me getting back into reading, so that is why it made such an impact on me, because I literally read this and I was like, okay, I like fantasy, I am going to start reading fantasy. Like, I am so thankful for these books and these characters and this world. It's great. So yeah, we don't like J.K. Rowling, but we do like Harry Potter. At least I like Harry Potter. This is the first one. This is the Sorcerer's Stone. The second one is the Chamber of Secrets. The third one is the Prisoner of Azkaban. The fourth one is the Goblet of Fire. Fifth one, the Order of the Phoenix. The sixth one is the Half-Blood Prince. And the seventh one is the Deathly Hallows. So those are the 7 books. And if you don't know what this series is about, because you've been living under a rock, because I mean, at this point, this entire series is out. What's it called? Oh my god, I don't know how to speak. I'm blanking today. The play is out, like the Cursed Child play. The book is out. There are performing it in New York, I think. And then there's the whole extra 3 books out, like the Quidditch Throw Time, Herbology, like those 3 ones, oh my god, I don't remember the names now, but those 3, I will put a picture of the 3 books I'm talking about on screen. I want to get these. I don't have them, and I do want them, just so I can have all of them. But no, yeah, I love Harry Potter. And in case you don't know, this entire series is about Harry Potter, who is a wizard who doesn't know he's a wizard because his parents are wizards, but his parents die, and then he's living until he's 13 and has to start going to wizardry school, aka Hogwarts. He lives with his non-magical, so muggle, aunt and uncle and cousin, they are shit people. But no, yeah, when he turns, I think it's 13, Hagrid, this beautiful character that I love, goes to him and says, hey, you're a wizard, let's go to Hogwarts, you have to learn how to be a wizard and how to do magic and stuff. And he goes there and he learns and he makes friends, and all of these things happen while he tries to not die because the antagonist, Voldemort, is trying to kill him because he's holding a grudge, basically. But no, yeah, it is so good. I have not read them in ages. Like, I've read them when I was, like, again, 13 or 14, and then I've not reread them. So, I've not read them in ages, but I do love Harry Potter. I love the movies. I love, like, all the characters that come out. Everything that has come out of it. So, like, beautiful, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and, like, all of that. I'm obsessed with it, and I would love to go to the London, like, the, what's it called? Like the part of London that has like the making of Harry Potter, but I know that J.K. Rowling gets money from it, I think, so I might not go ever in my life, but I would love to just because of how nostalgic these books are for me. So yeah, Harry Potter changed my life in so many ways. It literally was one of the reasons I'm reading now. Like, you know, beginning of reading as any kid. So Harry Potter, love it. Next book is a book that I've actually talked about, I think once before or twice on my channel, and it is this book. This is Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None. This copy is very old because it was my dad's. It's literally broken. Like, this book is so dearing to me, not only because it was my dad's, but because how much this book changed me. So when I was a kid, I loved to read. Then I stopped reading because the mandatory reads at school were shit. And then I went back into reading because I got grounded by my mom. My mom grounded me. I don't know what I did, but I did something. And she grounded me. And she was like, you're going to go read a book. And I'm like, I don't like to read, Mom. And she was like, I don't care. You're going to go read a book. So I went to the office when my dad was working. And I was like, hey, Dad, can you give me a book to read? Because Mom is making me read. And he gave me this book. And after not reading for like 2 days, I read this book in like a week. Like, I ate this book up and I loved it, and now I'm obsessed with Agatha Christie. She's great, I love her. But if it wasn't for this book, I wouldn't be obsessed with reading now. Like, so I went from not reading for like 2 or 3 years to eating this up in a week and then continuing reading and reading and reading, and now I'm obsessed with books. So in a way, if it wasn't for this book, I wouldn't be here talking and making YouTube videos about books because I wouldn't be obsessed with books. So thank this book. Thank this book for my obsession and for this channel, because if it wasn't for this book, I wouldn't probably have this channel. So maybe I had another different channel, like a different type of channel, because I've always wanted to make a YouTube channel when I was a kid. I was always like pretending I was I was making a YouTube video. So in a way, I maybe would have, but it wouldn't be about books. So thank this book for that. Then the next one is a book that probably you can expect, which is The Song of Achilles. I love talking about this book. This is one of my favorite books of all time. It is so great, and this was the first book I read with gay characters on them, so like that I can remember. So probably when I was a kid, I read books with like LGBTQ characters, but I didn't notice them. But the first book where I actually, you know, read LGBTQ characters on it was probably this one. Beautiful book, cry at the end. I think one of the few books I've cried with. I've only cried with this, the 7th Harry Potter book, another book I'm going to talk in this video a bit later, and I think that's everything. I've not, and one of the House of the books. I've cried with one of them because I was just at one point I was like, I can't believe this. I started crying. But no, yeah, this book changed me because when I read this book, I was still figuring out all my identity, sexuality, all this stuff. I was figuring things out, and this book helped me a lot because I got to see LGBTQ characters freely in a book. So it was so just, it was great. I loved it, and it's literally fully annotated. It's so great. It's one of my favorite books ever. And I know Madeline Miller is publishing a new book in September. It's called Medea, I think. I need that. As soon as it comes out, I am getting that book. Like, as soon as it comes out, I am getting it, I'm reading it, I'm loving it, I'm doing a video, I'm doing everything. But until then, we're gonna have to wait because there's still a couple of months until September. But no, yeah, I love this book. This book changed me because it literally helped me with the whole figuring out things. Like, it was very good for me on that period of my life. So that is why this book is so important to me and why it changed me. And the next one is also a book that I feel like you are expecting if you know me, and it is A Little Life by Raquelalonsodiego. This book is one of the books that this book is a type of book that you read, you fall in love with, it breaks you, but then you're not, like, you cannot just not recommend it. You know, like, every time I can, I will be talking about this book. This book lives rent-free in my head. Like, I cannot just stop thinking about it. Literally, the other day, I was thinking about how I'm graduating in July, and I thought about this one line in this book that I will be, like, I'm posting a photo when I graduate. I'm posting this photo of, like, photos of me throughout university, and I'm using one of the quotes of this book, that is, oh my god, where is it? I will read you the quote, but no, yeah, I will use one of these. Here it is. I'm going to use this quote right here. I'm going to read to you now, because when I was thinking about the post and stuff, I was like, what kind of caption I want? And I thought about this. I'm like, yeah, I have to use it. Like, I will use this book for the rest of my life. It changed so much my life, just because when I started it, like, when I finished it, I was a completely different person from when I started it. So I feel like that shows you how much impact this book had on me. So let me read you the little quote I'm going to use on my graduation post in July when I graduate. I think this is a very famous quote. Like, I see it on TikTok a lot, so I feel like it's a very famous quote, but I'm still going to read it. And then I went to college, and I made people who, for whatever reason, decided to be my friends, and they taught me everything, really. They made me and make me into someone better than I really am. You won't understand what I mean now, but someday you will. The only trick of friendship, I think, is to find people who are better than you are, not smarter, not cooler, but kinder and more generous and more forgiving. And then to appreciate them for what they can teach you, and to try and listen to them when they tell you something about yourself, no matter how bad or good it might be, and to trust them, which is the hardest thing of all, but the best as well. I'm gonna use that on my graduation post in July. Like, it literally, I thought about it, like, I have to use that quote, because literally this book is just right free in my head. I think about it every other day, so good. And it changed me, because when I finished it, I was a completely different person than from when I started it, and it's so amazing. It's about these four guys who, these four friends who study different things, and they decide to move to New York together, and it just tells you the story about them and how their friendship goes, and it's heartbreaking at the end, to be honest, but it was so great. This book changed my life completely. And then the next books that I'm going to talk about, that I am very, very excited to talk about today specifically, and you will understand why. So the first one is this book. This is Giving Meaning to Big Words, an anthology. This is my own book. I wrote this. This is a collection of little speeches that I wrote, that I compiled in this little book while I was on my year abroad in England. So last year I wrote all of these things, and then I compiled them all in this. And this book changed my life, mainly because I got to see it's possible for me to, you know, have a physical copy of something I've worked on. So, like, little, you know, speeches I've worked on very hard. I wanted to put this out. And this is just the proof that I can do it. But what I'm here to talk about is these. This one and this one are my first novel that is actually out today. If I post this video when I'm thinking about, it will be out today. So this one, the English copy, will be out on the 20th, and this one on the 13th. So just so you know, these books are probably out whenever you're watching it. If not, just wait for those dates. But these books changed my life for so many reasons, and I will do a video. I'm doing a video actually. But basically, this book changed my life. This entire novel, these two books, is the same one. It's just a different edition. This changed my life because I saw with these that I can write, publish, and like edit and do all of the things to follow my dream of being a writer. Like, since I was a kid, I've always written books. I was bullied at school because I like to write and like to read, and these are the proof that I can do it, that I can create a story, finish it, edit it, write it, make it everything, make it perfect, and publish it. Like, it is crazy to think about, but it is true, and it changed my life in that way, in the sense of I can do it. I'm able to do something that I've always wanted to. I'm able to follow my dream. So thank you so much for these books, for that. And then I also hope these books can change my life in many other ways. Of, like, you know, when people read it and love it and tell me and stuff. Like, I want to be someone's favorite author one day, and I'm sure I will be if I continue working hard, and these books are the proof that I can do it. So these books changed my life so much. So no, yeah, that is what I want to talk about. If you want to get any of them, you want to get any of the three, which is literally just two, but you know what I mean. If you want to get them, the links to get them on Amazon will be down below. They're always down below. I think I have my links to my books always on the description, so just check the description. You will see the links to these books there. Again, this is the collection of texts, and this one, this cuties, this is a story about oh my god, this is a story of Laura, who is an elf, and she has to go into this adventure to try and find this magical flower to save one of her sisters from dying. And in that process, she meets the other main character, who is Cyril. She is a, oh my god, what's the name? A dwarf. She's a dwarf, and she helps Elora try and find the flower and try and go back home, because there's a little problem when she has to go back home, you know? So just read the book if you're interested. If you like that premise, please give me a chance. I would love you to read the book and love it. Or even if you don't, I would love to just get the book and read it and see if you like it. I've worked so hard on this. I've literally been working on this story since 2020, so since COVID. That is crazy, but it is true. So yeah, I'm so happy these books are out. Well, this one is out, the English copy again next week. But no, yeah, I'm so proud of these works. So please give me a chance if you can. Tell your friends, so maybe they are interested in them and they can, you know, give me a chance as well. But no, yeah, these books changed my life, the three of them. And I'm so grateful and thankful, and just, I don't have words to explain how happy and how excited and how much these books changed my life. So yeah, those are all the books that I'm here to talk about. I have a bit of a mess now on my chair next to me, but it's fine, it's okay. So yeah, that is everything I want to talk about in this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know if I want to post a brand new video. If you want to get my books, again, the links are going to be down below, and my social media is always on the description as well. So go check those out if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week with my 10 things that I've learned from writing, editing, and self-publishing my first novel. I will see you guys then, and thank you so much.